Hi, everyone. It's Carol Williams with Williams Immigration. Welcome back to another Monday morning edition of Beyond the Soundbite, where I take you through all the new and interesting things that have happened this past week or so with US-based immigration. So you all know I like to dive right in. So the first thing I want to talk about are an update from CBP, and because of the pandemic, they were allowing US citizens to return to the US on their expired passports. So in some cases, people, because of the pandemic, were stuck outside of the US because of all the travel restrictions, and they unfortunately, their passports expired. So for quite some time now, CBP has allowed individuals to fly back into the US using expired passports. Normally, that is not the case. So as of June 30th, CBP announced that they are no longer doing that. So if you are overseas with an expired passport, we now are going right back to normal, where you must go to a U.S. consulate overseas, request U.S. citizen services, and have them issue you a new passport. So that is very important to know that that policy ended June 30th. So if you are overseas outside of the US, you do not have a currently valid US passport, it expired while you were traveling, you now must reach out to a US consulate overseas, request United States Citizen Services, and they will be able to help you get a new passport. The second thing I wanted to talk about this morning, which is super important, CIS alerted us to an error that they saw in their receipt notices, or some receipt notices, for EAD extensions. The error occurred between May 4th and June 2nd of this year. Some of those receipt notices were issued listing the old 180-day automatic extension time if you timely filed your EAD application. That should have mentioned the 540-day extension, which is fairly new. So there was just a little bit of a glitch in the system. CIS has caught it. They are issuing new receipt notices that indicate the 540-day automatic extension. So those receipt notices that went out between May 4th and June 2nd with 180 days, be on the lookout for a new receipt notice that mentions 540-day extension. Immigration Service expects to get those out the third week of July, so that is coming up. So keep a lookout for those, and you may want to double check your current extension notice. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about are all manner of notices requesting additional evidence, whether it is a notice of intent to deny, a request for additional evidence. The Immigration Service, starting from March 2020, when the pandemic began, has allowed us extra time to respond to notices. And they are rumored to be ending that. So the last update that we got, that we could extend the time that it took us to respond to those notices, was through July 25th of this year. It is rumored that we are not going to get another extension on that timing flexibility. So if you are in the process of responding to an RFE or a notice of intent to deny or an appeal, please go ahead and do so. But just know that anything issued at this point after July 25th will be back to the regular due dates. So that is super important to know, because we don't want people losing out on benefits because they think that flexibility is still in place. That said, if the Immigration Service does extend that flexibility, I will certainly let you know through my posts and my lives. DHS has also announced an extension for TPS for individuals from Venezuela. So that extension will apply through September 10th, from September 10th, 2022 through March 10, 2024. The Immigration Service estimates that there are approximately over 300,000 individuals who may be eligible for this. We are currently waiting for an official post in the regulation from the Immigration Service so that we have dates when we can start applying for that. But we are looking at dates that will be valid from September 10th of this year through March 10th of 2024, an extension of TPS status for those individuals that are from Venezuela. So I know that is exciting news for some folks. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about real quick this morning are an expansion of premium processing. So it's a phase 2 implementation of premium processing for national interest waiver applications and multinational executive managers. So these are the first step in the green card process. It's the I-140 phase. This phase 2 applies to applications that are currently pending. This phase 2 begins August 1st of this year of 2022. And it can only be for multinational executive and manager petitions, the I-140s that were filed on or before July 1st, 2021, and for national interest waiver applications that were filed on or before August 1st, 2021. Immigration will take 45 days to process these premium processing applications. So currently for every other application type that is allowed to file using premium processing, we get 15 calendar days. For these two specific types, Immigration Service has said that it will take them 45 days to process. So if you have any questions about anything I've spoken about this morning or anything U.S. immigration related, feel free to reach out. Give my office a call, 954-903-1337. And this is Carol Williams with another Monday morning edition of Beyond the Soundbite. Have a great Monday and a wonderful rest of your week. Bye, everybody.